Hi everybody, this is Sheldon, your 518 traveler, coming to you with another review on a Ridgid 12-gallon 5.0 peak horsepower wet and dry vac. I hope you find this review useful. As the 518 traveler, I provide reviews on useful items that I use. I will not post any reviews on anything commercial grade, only on items that I may use around the house, in the garage, maybe to modify my Mustang, things like that. And I'm hopeful that you may find some of these items you may want to use and find these reviews useful. So Tara and I bought a Ridgid 12-gallon shop vac, wet and dry vac. We're going to try it out. We definitely bought it for the fireplace in there to get the ashes out. So we went to Home Depot, and believe it or not, the 12-gallon one was cheaper than the 9-gallon one. I don't understand why, but how much was this? 89? 79. This was $79.97, and the 9-gallon one was $89.97. And this motor was bigger. It's I think this is a 5 amp, as far as I remember. Yeah, it's right there. It is a 5 amp, so it's kind of weirdo. But we're going to give this a shot. I'm going to review it, and I'll get back to you. Okay, we're agreeing to disagree on the directions, Tara says. We got to do something a little bit different, but, and Benny's over here. Benny, you really can't help, buddy. If you got hands, you can help us. So, we got to put these wheels into casters in. So, Benny, get your snobs out of here, buddy. That's the right hole, right? Should just snap right in, right? Okay, so I got that one in. So what I was afraid of, what Tara was saying, was we had to put this whole assembly right here and just snap it in, and then push this down on it. And in order to get the caster to go into the plastic, you could easily snap that off. Even if you put a screw in there, you can snap that off. So I pulled that one off and then put the caster in, and it's totally in there. All right, we got all 4 of those in. So next, what's next on the list, honey? The screws to hold those in. Okay. Okay, so now I got to put the screws in here. That one. After we got done putting the wheels on, we put the handle on the top, and then we put these little side handles on here that holds the hose when you wrap it up to put it away when you're done with it. And interestingly, it came with a filter. They didn't get you to buy the vacuum and then buy like a $20 filter. It actually came with the filter. We were surprised. We did, however, have to buy a package of bags for the vacuum, but that's okay. Okay, so we just finished using the wet and dry vac for the first time. We put it together. It was a snap to put together. The directions were pretty easy, painless. Just needed a screwdriver. That's it. And we cleaned out, we bought it for the fireplace to get the fireplace cleaned out quick and easy, make sure get everything out of there, because unfortunately the smells from the ashes, you know, stay in the house. So we cleaned it all out. It did a really good job, got the corners. It's got a bunch of attachments, a bunch of different attachments for it, and I'll put a picture of the stuff that we got with it, and a long hose. Now down here is a clean out. You can see that. A clean out where you're supposed to drop your ashes, and then you go outside and you open up a little small door and then you clean it out. Well, in the winter, I'm not gonna wanna go outdoors and do that. So it came with some attachments, like I said, but we're going to get something really long that we can actually drop down in there. It's not long enough. The hose itself is really too big, because I'm afraid that if I really try to push it down in there, it's going to catch when we pull it back up through, and then it's going to fall off down in there, and the door won't be big enough to get it out. So we're going to be careful with that. It's the first time I've had one of these. So we're going to get some type of an extension, a thin extension, which would be, this is what we used here. This extension for around in there, a little cleaner for the corners and the gaps that we could go in. I want to get something that would maybe attach to the end of this really long, maybe another 6-foot piece, so then I can just like drop it down in there and suck it up in there, you know, during the winter when we use this. So overall, I have to say it's actually a really nice model. It's a 5 amp, so it's got plenty of power to pick up what we need. So it works for exactly what we need it for, which is just small things around the house. I don't have a big garage. I'm not a professional mechanic, so I didn't need it for that. We just needed something for like this, or if we ever get any water in the basement to clean up, or you know, small jobs outside. When I do, I fix our cars out here, do some modifications on my Mustang or my son, something like that. Change brakes on cars out in the driveway. Maybe you have to clean up with it. That's it. But if you're just looking for something for like we were going to use it for, I think this is a pretty good model. And for the $79.97 that we paid for, it was 20 bucks off. It was regularly $99.97. I think it's a pretty good deal. It actually came with the filter already attached to it. We did not have to buy a separate filter. We did buy the vacuum bag that we had to put on there, so this way we can just gather up all the ashes and all the little pieces of whatever that we pick up with it, and then we can just unhook the bag and just toss it out. So again, I think it's well worth the $79.97. It'd be well worth the $99.97. So if you're looking for a good shop vac, I think this Ridgid one is actually pretty good. And when me and Tara were there buying it, some guy went up behind us that he didn't work there. He was buying some stuff, and he said he just happened to stop in that area, and he said his grandfather's had one for 20 years and has had no problems with it. And he's had one for, I think he said about 15, Tara. Does that sound right? 15 years, has had no problems with it. So hopefully that's what'll happen with us. I guess it just only time will tell. Okay, so if you would like and subscribe and leave comments, please do. Make sure your comments are clean. This is a family channel, and this way I want to continue to get you guys reviews on things that we buy and we use. And I hope you find this review helpful. Thanks so much.